everybody, welcome back to my channel. And I'm unworthy here with my Cards Counseling, and in today's video I wanted to continue on to this topic of attachment. I feel like those videos are getting the most views and the more curiosity comes out of them, so I wanted to tap in a little bit more on why we attach to people and or situations in the first place, because I have also suffered with attachment and I know it very well. I have studied it inside out, all the different types of attachment. I've come to really know my own attachment, where it came from, why it's there, how I can change it, and most importantly, what to do when people and situations in my present moment are still showing me that my attachment has not healed quite yet. And attachment can be to many things. For example, I believe that I have healed my anxious attachment style that I had as a little kid, where I was not safe within my primary caregiver, and my second primary caregiver had not willingly abandoned us but had to leave to work overseas. So there was only one primary caregiver in my life who I was not able to be safe with for whatever reasons were presented to us, and I know that we sign up for this stuff and it's totally all okay. So I not only was attaching to someone to validate my existence and who I am today as a person, and usually when we are adults, so in adolescence we might attach to peers for that same for that need to be fulfilled, but when we're adults we attach primarily to those partners of romantic nature that we seek that validation from. We attach to those people to give us what it is that we haven't been able to get from our primary caregiver as a child. It's almost like that need has not been met, so we're trying to still get it. So please note that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. It is so unhelpful to have thoughts like, why am I attaching? Why am I needing this? Why am I this way? Why am I such a, you fill in the blank. You might call yourself a loser, or why am I so needy? Why am I so this? Why am I so that? Well, that does not help your cause. You are how you are, because most likely you chose these lessons, right? Now we know that as humans, we are choosing our lessons, like our soul chooses our lessons before it incarnates in this body, and we willingly go through these things. And it's funny because I always compare life lessons to labor pains. Every time we decide to incarnate this body and go through life, we forget how challenging and difficult it is to actually learn those lessons and have them be a part of our lives, just in the same way that it is so difficult and challenging to birth a child, but then we forget how challenging and painful it is to birth a child, and we do it again. Same with life. We choose different lessons, different families to experience them through, different soulmates to show us what we need to heal each and every single lifetime. So just know that there's nothing wrong with you. This is totally normal. And if people and situations come into your life to show you that, don't feel lesser than. Be thankful. They're there to actually help you. They don't mind to help you. It's all about how we perceive things that they are. If we think that they're being bothered by us to help us, then that's what we're going to experience. If we are so grateful that they're able and willing to show us how we are attaching in the first place through words that they say to us, then how much different is that experience? So I consciously choose to live my life this way, because through my attachment style, my anxious attachment style as a child, I know that I've been projecting this onto the masculine, is the need to make me feel secure, which is no one else's responsibility but mine. So in the last little bit, I feel that when we have a person say that says to us, I feel overwhelmed by you, and you recognize that you tend to be this way, overwhelming. So why would someone who has an attachment style tend to be overwhelming to somebody else? It is because when you are not securely attached, you are seeking validation constantly, and that is overwhelming, not only to the person that's saying it back to you, but to yourself as well. Do you know how much time and effort it takes to think about the things that you say, or think about the things that you want someone to say to you, or waiting for those things for someone to say to you in order for you to feel secure and attached into who you are? That takes so much effort. Imagine just being able to just be. That is such a better feeling to have. So know that it is normal, and know that it is okay to have attachment styles that feel needy and or overwhelming in nature, but we can change it. So the biggest thing, because I've done a lot of research about negative self-view and anxious attachment style, and that's still showing up as an adult in your romantic relationships. And one of the biggest thoughts that take place when we are anxiously attached is, I am unlovable. So with the thought, I am unlovable, I wanted to read you a little bit of what this book, Why Me, Why This, Why Now, taps on about, because it talks about all the different wounds that a human can possibly have. This book is by Robin Norwood, who is an amazing therapist, and she actually has pinpointed to the T, because she says that if you feel unloved, right? She's like, consider for a moment how various wounds provide us with the opportunity to address particular defects of character. And it's not like we're so defective, but we accepted this lesson to be part of our character. To have an anxious attachment style means to have a negative self-view. So that is not a positive characteristic to have about yourself. So that's why it's labeled defective and or negative. It's not meant to be in a bad way. But say that, for instance, you feel unloved. It may be that your own self-obsession, your demand for attention is the real issue here. And how true does that ring? Because when I think of myself as a child, I was so desperately in need of attention, positive attention from my primary caregiver, because all I ever got was criticism, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and or demands and requests for chores. I do not remember what it's like to be hugged, because I was never hugged or kissed or told how beautiful I am, how proud they are of me, how great I am in this world, how valuable I am in this family. None of that. So why would I think that about myself when I didn't even have a chance to integrate that into my system? And yes, I was constantly seeking attention. So I would try to find it from my teachers. I remember very well, like in high school, I would try to get attention from my teachers by like being the best student, you know, like trying to make it on the honor roll and making the best project ever, because I was never getting that validation from home. It didn't matter what I brought in that was an A. It was the A- was the thing that was like focused on. And same with my work. I would try to impress my bosses by like working really hard, you know, and it continued on into my married life and the situations that I was in then, constantly trying to prove myself by over giving and over extending, but that doesn't work. But I understand why I did it. So the next time that you feel that someone is telling you you are overwhelming them, or your behavior is daunting them, or something along those lines, don't take it personally. They are planted there for you for a reason. Give them your gratitude and your grace for showing you what it is that you still need to heal. And then look at it. Why are you demanding attention? It makes sense that if you feel that you're unlovable It doesn't matter how many times actually somebody might say it around you. They could say it to you all day, every day. If you don't believe it, that's going to be the end of your experience, okay? So you need to change that. And if you have to read a post-it that says, I love myself 1,000 times a day, then that's what you do. If you have an affirmation that says, I am lovable, and you read 1,000 times a day as well, then that's what you do. You can do this. You can change your attachment style and take what people show you, not in a negative way, because that's not going to help you either. Keep moving forward, because remember that everything is happening for you. And it's okay also to set boundaries as well with the people that are in your life. Just don't do it when you've been drinking. Do it when you are sober and you are able to connect to your true self and to the true words that you want to be expressed out of your, out of yourself and out of your mouth. So remember that everything is always happening for you. There is no such thing as you feeling sorry for yourself or your attachment style. Know why it's there, and then heal it. Heal that part of yourself that is seeking attention from external sources. As within, so without. So if you are able to give it to yourself within, you are going to be okay without searching for it in another man's face. And that is a promise to you from me, because I feel like this has been my ongoing lesson for forever, I guess, that I have been an adult and trying to find myself in my romantic relationship with the masculine. And it just kind of clicked into me right now that I, deep down inside, I don't think that I'm lovable. I truly don't think that. So I need to work on that, so that way I don't overwhelm myself and others with my need for attention and things to be a certain way and validation. That's all it is. See, with knowledge comes power. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel, and please do like the video if you like the information that was given in it. And if there is anything else that you want me to talk about or touch upon or give you my perspective, I would be more than happy to do so. It is an honor for me to be able to be here and share this stuff with you guys. And I am always so grateful, and thank you so much, and happy Monday, and have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.